And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Where? 52's the mic. Oh, you got D?
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Jackson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. To throw on 2nd down. Love. This is caught by Williams. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Let's go.
On the ground, this is Jackson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Looking to throw. Love. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Ed Oliver in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Badgley able to knock this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Finding room inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
You can't block me, bro. You can't block me. Chopper. 50, Mike, 50. And what's that? And what's the ball? 50's the mark. 50's the mark.
On 3rd and 2, Love. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Ready. Alpha. General. West. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Hey, keep it up.
On first down, Love. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Ready. Switch. Check 37. Bravo. Ready, go.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Jackson, his 9th touchdown of the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be sterner with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Allen. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. Badgley on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 49. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throw there. It leads to second and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. On the run, this is Jackson. He's got a first down or more inside the 30. And down to the 7-yard line. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Badgley's kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run with Jackson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Jackson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Double dog. That's the way. Mike 50. And come on out here. Come get
second and 4. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Love. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Brings up 2nd and
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run it from the gun with Yeldon. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now T.J. Yeldon. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 24, Allen looking for the end zone. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Bills cut into that lead. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll
run again with Jackson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready. 58, come on. Hey, pick it up, defense.
From the gun on third down, Love. Going deep here for Allen, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there, a 22. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. All the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills get a bit closer. Hauschka with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 8. from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground, finding room to the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson, and they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Toss play to Jackson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game.
Bills 14.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold-out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between our visitors and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Come on, set. On the base. You go crazy.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Completes it to Benjamin. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, 77 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on 1st down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Thompson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down, and he's going to go down again. Jerry Tillery, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Thompson dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Returning, it's Benjamin.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From the 44, Taylor finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Taylor to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, Eckler. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his pass incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to throw. Thompson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Thompson throwing on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. They started on the ground with Eckler. And some room to maneuver. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
You.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. They go play action now. Taylor. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
A gain of 14 brings up second and 1.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang up.
There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 31 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Taylor, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Benjamin's got it. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Taylor now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On the screen, this is Eckler. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Throwing again, it's Taylor. He'll get this to Eckler. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Looking to throw. Thompson. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Calais Campbell showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Taylor. He completes it to Henry. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And he's into the end zone. Chargers touchdown.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 79 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and run with Ingram. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 75 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you've cut down your field in a big way, significantly. And the guys who play in the second and third level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Eckler, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On third down, here's Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And now he'll tuck it and run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Thompson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
It's Eckler again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. He may try and run for this. He's all alone. Tyrod Taylor. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Watch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Once more, here's Eckler. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For my And gone. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
And New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag of
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, Captain. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Hey, easy.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. It'll go as a loss of 3.